Another day in Britain, another person jailed for posts on social media. West Bromwich Albion fan Simon Selwood jailed for 8 weeks for racially abusing footballer Romain Sawyers on Facebook. The midfielder said he felt harassed, alarmed, and distressed after reading the abuse that was posted after his team lost 5-0 to Manchester City. Harassed, alarmed, and distressed. Jesus Christ, man! If only you knew some of the other things that people say about footballers on the internet. Like, I don't know, man. Like, see, whenever you're in the public eye, like, horrible social media posts are just something you have to deal with. I get them constantly, man. I get death threats. I get shit about, like, for me being white, shit about me being right wing, shit about me being libertarian, shit for the jokes that I make. I get all manners of horrible things said to me, but it comes with the territory. But harassed, alarmed, and distressed over some pixels on a screen. My. You strong person. A West Bromwich Albion fan has been jailed for 8 weeks after racially abusing one of the team's players on Facebook. Now, obviously, an 8 week prison sentence, that's heavy. That's like 2 months in prison for typing a post on Facebook. Well, it must have been something extremely serious. Extremely serious. Probably threats or incitement to violence or something like that. So let's have a look and see what this man said. Simon Selwood wrote that midfielder Romain Sawyers should win the Baboon d'Or, a sarcastic reference to the prestigious Ballon d'Or trophy. Baboon d'Or. Baboon d'Or. Basically, the equivalent of a joke that your uncle would make at Christmas dinner deserved 2 months in jail. Selwood posted the racist remark after West Brom lost 5-0 to Manchester City on the 26th of January. And let's be real, right? It's clearly a joke, but that is racist. Yes, calling black people baboons is, yeah, it's racist. The 50-year-old denied the offence, telling police his message on the group was stupid, not racial. Come on. He claimed autocorrect had changed the word buffoon to baboon. Yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not buying that. And usually, I'm very fair with this type of stuff, right? I am not buying that. I'm not buying that for a second. Buffoon. Buffoon. Yes, a word very often used by English football fans. Oi, oi, score some fucking goals, you buffoon. So it's not. It's not the 1800s. Sawyers, who is currently on loan at Stoke City, told a court oh Jesus, he was there present at the court. He felt harassed, alarmed, and distressed after reading the message, which is a testament to the man's weakness. He's a particularly weak individual. I mean, see if he was jumped on in the street or something like that, or people were up and screaming in his face. Yeah, I could completely, yeah, harassed, alarmed, and distressed. Yes, absolutely, in a situation like that. But like some pixels on a screen. I mean, this guy probably wasn't even aware of the comment until like people shoved it in front of him. I mean, like honestly, like a testament to his weakness. I mean, if you don't like the tweet or the comment, just don't look at it and just walk away. Who gives a fuck what some little Silwood guy like thinks of you? Footballers get awful shit said about them all the time, constantly, all the time, all the time. Every single match, there are people screaming horrible things at their TV at the footballers. That is just a part and parcel of what happens when you're in the public eye. Selwood, who has been banned for life by West Brom, was convicted at Walsall Magistrates Court last month. District Judge Brian Clark ruled he was not a credible witness and had meant the post to be offensive. Well, that's fine, even if he did mean the post to be offensive. It should not be a crime because it is his right to say it. Passing sentence at Birmingham Magistrates Court, the judge said, this is Mr. Selwood a serious offence. Right up there with like serious assault with a deadly weapon and stuff like that. Yeah, typing a little uncle at Christmas dinner joke on Facebook is a serious offence. Very serious. This judge, is this his first day? The judge, yeah, that must have been the judge's first day if he thought that was a serious offence. He's brand new. This was the first case he's been on. Because trust me, judges judges in the business, they've seen some serious offences. They've seen some very serious offences. This is this judge's first day. There is no place for racism or racist abuse online. This clearly, in my view, crosses the custody threshold. Then, god damn, you are an evil bastard of a judge. If something as minor as that crosses the custody threshold, then fucking hell, man, this guy is going to lock up everyone that is put in front of him. Almost everyone. I assess the remorse you have for your actions is very minimal indeed. So fucking what? In my view, the offence falls into the category of greatest harm. Greatest harm, you know, up there with like stabbing him or beating him over the head with a baseball bat. Greatest harm. A Facebook post. Baboon Dior. Ha ha ha. What a knee slapper. It's even a cringy joke. It's not even funny. It's a crap. The joke is racist, right? Let's be real. It is racist, but it's also a shit joke. Like, it's personally, I don't find it funny. I think it's a crap joke. But I mean, the guy clearly said it just to be like offensive, funny, and all those other things. That does not fall into the category of greatest harm. Greatest harm. Fucking hell, man. This judge has a low bar. We have to accept it had a wider impact and a substantial impact on Mr. Sawyers, because Mr. Sawyers seems to be an extremely weak person. In my view, taking into account what I have heard, there is no reason to suspend the sentence. You shouldn't be given any sentence whatsoever. You've just violated the man's speech rights. This judge is just choking. Yeah, I love violating rights, me. I love violating human rights, because this man said something. As Silwood was being taken down to the cells, a woman in the public gallery described the sentence as disgusting and shouted, "He's an innocent man." Yes, he absolutely is, because even in the European Convention of Human Rights, even though we're not in the EU anymore, freedom of speech is protected. However, in Britain, we do not have fundamental basic human rights. We definitely do not have the right to freedom of speech. For causing offence, you can go to prison. And here we have a man who caused offence going to prison. And the thing that I absolutely love about all these people is, it's just for racism. It's just for racism and bigoted comments, because they think it's going to stop there. Yeah. Anytime a government passes laws in an area, they just pass some laws and then that's it. They never expand those laws and branch them out and make them even more powerful to cover even more things. Yeah, you're very smart. You're very smart, despite the fact that, you know, literally every single government in history that has started expanding laws into speech never ever stops. They never ever stop. Saddam Hussein, in fact, North Korea is still passing speech laws now. You would think, Jesus Christ, where else can they go after North Korea? Nope, still passing speech laws. So is China. So was Saddam Hussein 2 weeks before Iraq fell. He was passing speech laws, right? I mean, honestly, governments, when they go for the speech, they never stop. They never stop. And anybody that's sitting here going, it's just, yeah, they think that the line's going to be drawn at racism, and that's it. No more speech laws. Anyone who thinks that is a fucking idiot who did not pay attention in history. But anyway, as Silwood was being... Oh, I just read that part. Silwood, who was also ordered to pay a £128 victim surcharge and a total of £1,000 in costs and compensation, so the court not only violated his human rights, it is also seizing his personal property, which it has absolutely no right to do, was charged following an investigation carried out by PC Stuart Ward, who is the UK's first dedicated hate crime officer within a football unit. Then, my God, I am so happy that all other... Rape is a thing of the past, grooming gangs are a thing of the past, all these other crimes have been absolutely solved, that we can dedicate an officer to fucking wasting his time with absolute bullshit like this. PC Stuart Ward, a professional human rights violator. Yeah, what a title. Yeah, looks great in the CV. Going to be in front of the Hague one day. Opening the case at the earlier hearing, prosecutor Simon Brownsey. Oh, prosecutors, they're brilliant. I love it. Prosecutors are excellent because even if you are, for an absolute fact, innocent, they will do their fucking hardest to put you away for as long as possible because they do not care about morals. They care about winning. Said the message posted by Silwood was intentionally posted and was blatant racism towards black professional footballer Mr. Romain Sawyers, and that's fine. That's absolutely valid criticism of it. You can condemn the phrase, you can argue against it, you can turn around and say this guy is a bit of a fanny for posting that. that. I personally think that he is a bit of a fanny for posting it. However, should he be sentenced to 2 months in fucking prison for it? No, no, he absolutely should not. Three posts were placed on that thread, the prosecutor said. The first one said, bastard. The second was, white lives matter when you try and watch. Don't know. The third post from Mr. Silwood said, baboon door. It's cringe. Prior to sentence, Mr. Brownie submitted the offence was a grossly offensive racial hate crime which had impacted on all black professional footballers and wider society, putting it into a higher category of harm caused. This is basically the Dungeons and Dragons cause devil worship, video games cause violence, metal music turns your, makes your kids violent, all this other type of stuff as well. The same arguments that boomers from the 90s and shit like that used to use, they are using it for these jokes, despite the fact that there is literally no evidence whatsoever for jokes in these. Everyone will go, yeah, these studies say that it starts with like jokes and comedy, and then like people get used to it, and then they start doing it more, and then they start gassing people. No. That is not how it starts. That's not how it starts at all. All you need to do is look at history. We have many examples of it happening. For example, the stuff that happened in, Nazi Germany did not start with jokes. It started with outright vilification, hard-baked into essentially the man's manifesto. That's how it started. Did not start with jokes. It started with one man's hatred, right? And Hitler didn't start by going, yeah, I heard some jokes about Jews and then I decided looking at them. That's not how it started. Not how it started. It's when you have authoritative groups pushing this very thing, not with jokes, with actual hard facts. Because see, the reason that jokes like this are funny is because they are shocking, is because they are offensive. See, when the jokes are no longer shocking and offensive, and people see them as normal statements. Like if I said, so I go into the packy shop, right, and nobody in the crowd reacts to the fact that I said that, no one is revulsed and no one's laughing and no one's going, oh, what a shocking thing to say. If I say that and no one in the crowd at all reacts and they sit there like, well, what happened in the package shop? Go on, continue the story. That's when you get worried. That is the point of concern when a statement like that is seen as normal, right? But the fact that these jokes, that things like that are offensive and people react to it shows that they have a negative attitude towards it, which is good and healthy. Or they do the whole offense laugh where, okay, they're laughing along with it, but internally in their mind, they know that it's a bad thing to say. That's why they're laughing. And the fact that they know it's a bad thing to say is good. That's good. That's a sign of a healthy society. See, when the crowd doesn't laugh and doesn't react, that's when we have a problem. That is when we have a problem. In a statement issued by the court, Sawyer said, having seen the word baboon, I assumed it was referring to the colour of my skin. The word has left me feeling harassed, alarmed and distressed, and I find the message to be racist based on the colour of my skin. The whole incident has left me extremely upset. I find it difficult to believe that in 2021 there are still people out in society who believe it is acceptable to behave like this. And then there is the end of the article. Basically, yeah, I understand if someone goes, yeah, I didn't like that comment, but to say I was distressed, I was alarmed a bit. And all this talk about skin, it seems yours is very thin, pal. I mean, like, I'm not saying it's nice, right? The joke was a racist joke. It was a racist joke, right? And it was a shit joke, right? It is something your uncle would say at the Christmas dinner. But when you're a footballer, people are going to say shit like that. And I'm a YouTuber and people say fucking shit about me all the fucking time. I get people lying about me constantly and he's a literal fascist, right? I get all of that constantly all the time. And it's something that you just have to reach a point where you don't care what people think. There are bastards out there. There are arseholes out there. They're going to say horrible things about you. It's something that you just need to move past, and then after a while you sort of realise that you don't really care what these people think. Right? However, was what the guy did kind of shitty? Yeah, making jokes directed at someone, direct racist jokes based on the colour of their skin, it's shit. It's kind of shit. But should he have been sent to prison for 2 months for it? No, he absolutely should not.